guys, Ashley Cheeks here. Today we're going to talk about my client who lost over $10,000 in about 2 days due to a common mistake a lot of people make when they start out with marketing. Now, in another post, I talk about some of the mistakes people make in marketing budgets for their business plan. One of those mistakes is not having enough money allocated and not willing to increase it, and another mistake is not having strategy. Well, this client did not make either of those mistakes. This client had a healthy marketing budget, and he knew exactly how he was going to spend it. He invested in AdWords specifically. Now, this is not anything for or against AdWords. It's one of a million approaches you can take in marketing, but it's one of those things where if you don't do it right, you can lose a lot of money. So instead of hiring somebody to help him because he was trying to save money, he decided to just jump in and tackle it himself. Now, he is brilliant. He is a bona fide genius. In fact, I think he actually tested Genius, he told me. So he thought, I can figure this out. This is not a problem. I'm a smart guy. I can learn this. And when he jumped into it, he ended up losing $10,000 in 2 days because of the way he had his account set up. It's not a hard thing to do to blow a lot of money in a very short period of time, depending on how you set up your campaigns. All this to be said, there was a point where he was over his head, and instead of reaching out for help and hiring an expert or consulting even with an expert, he said, I'm going to do this myself. I need to figure out how to make it work, and I'm going to, use this $10,000 and it'll stretch me for 6 months. And that's not what happened because he, lost all that money pretty quickly. So the moral of this story is you have your lane, you have your expertise, you have your avenues where you know what you're doing. And then there's other areas where that's not your strong suit, that's not where your niche is, that's not your native point of easy access of getting things done. And it's okay. You don't have to do all of it yourself. You don't have to know everything yourself. And it's all right to hire people once in a while. Now, one of the reasons why this is hard for people is it is expensive sometimes to hire an expert, and it's expensive sometimes to hire somebody else to do something if you feel like you could do it yourself. One of the indicators that you need to outsource is if you approach it with I'm going to learn how and then I'm going to do it mentality, and you have no frame of reference on how you're going to learn it. Sometimes things that people learn to do, like software automation or doing things that take time, like learning design. If you ever have played in InDesign, the software, and you realize that it is something that you need training on, that might be your point where you say, okay, maybe I should just hire someone to do my logo instead of trying to create it myself. These are pivot points. These are points where you need to say, my time is worth more than the effort I'm going to have to put into this to get it to be perfect. And it's okay to invest. This is part of spending to make your business run correctly. So don't spend thousands of dollars on something that you think you can do yourself and then you realize you can't. Just hire what you need in the beginning and move on, because your time is valuable and you could be spending that time and that effort into something you are really good at that does benefit your business more directly.